Так. И это вот так. Ну вуаля, в принципе, того, что костюм. Ясно, хуже странно, точно. Так, это понять чуть-чуть. Одни же сделаем я чуть-чуть. Так, это было мы про проверка микрофона. Проверка микрофона. Так. Ага. Стоп, так, теперь стоп сюда. Стоп. Не смысле, что стоп, в смысле, что стоп. Вот так, стоп. Решаю. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять. Отлично. Отлично. Фонарь, ёпт. Да. Давай, Стив, заебешь. Стив, бля. Ты думаешь. Не знаю тебя. Вот рабочий. Давай, Steam, бляха-муха. Понятно, зашибись. Приехали. Ждем. Зашибись. Он здесь 2 недели. Чё? бесполезно. Будет смеяться.
Counter-terrorists win. Топ-мид. Левую карту вообще не смотрит, нахуй.
Я уже привык. Кородру чернош.
Лежит ебан.
Чё?
случайно. Присел. Там наверх, там, блядь.
Я знаю, ёпта. Нормально? Не, ну ты серьезно.
Сука, ну бы, блядь.
Все понимаю, что таким такой лицо же, ёпта. Егор. Давай, пошли. Давай, сит-пак. Все рабочий. Чё ты? Так. Если я что-то не понимаю, или что, я тупой? Или... Давай еще раз. На первый ставим. Может, в этом или я не знаю. Короче. Ну, слышно? Лучше слышно? Лучше слышно? Ну, типа, у них слышно все? Да не. Ой, are you hurt me? Or you are don't listen me. My English is very bad.
Throwing a grenade.
Не, это херся. Это бесполезно, это забей. Если не базит. Ты знаешь, я не знаю. Ты че пиши мне пока? Ну не знаю, я без ботов. Хотя Лол. What's your right text? Is Twitch smart? or Twitch it. Or Twitch, or Twitch. Shit. I'm began. What do you say? Sorry. English is very bad, but I understand English. Or simple. However, I don't know what we. I don't know English. How professional. What I'm speaking? What is speaking? I don't English on a professional level, but I know English for very simple. Very simple. Хотя честно хорошо. Честно, кому я могу быть? Важно хорошо, я знаю хорошо. Я не знаю. Хотя если лучше можно. Когда я давал, я помню, за 5000 слов, да, то есть уже за... Sit down, hello, bye bye, аргра, я знаю.
Let's have it, lads. Throwing smoke. Grenade out. Grenade out. Throwing a grenade. Grenade out. Incendiary out. Throwing fire. Flashbang.
Сейчас ты нас. Почти.
Шорт.
Grenade out. Deploying flashbang. Counter-terrorists win. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Come on, jump. Smoke.
Ты на мой сам это
Grenade. Grenade. Throwing fire. Throwing fire.
Решено.
Grenade out. flashbang. Incendiary. Throwing flashbang. We're getting stuck right into them. Nice work. Let's roll. Smoke. Flashbang out. Grenade. Molotov out.
Хило, блин.
This is easy. We kill them and then we go home.
Ну, ребят, живы есть? Живы нас ли? Ребят. Russian English. Русский есть?
What?
Follow
Huh?
the plan.
What you say? Green? Blue?
Okay. It's good.
What you speak, no speak?
Man, that's tell you.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
Swing. What are you swing?
Go.
Song.
Что, блядь, пидорас? Ёб твою жопу, блядь. Дай. Блядь. Убил вас.
Sorry. Really? 27 хп, HP.
Ебать, блядь, кар, лодки, кар. Сука,
احنا عندنا حتى.
Ну, сканы. Вот класс. Такой хоть нас. Гусь, вот.
Where are you from, Blue? Where are you from?
Russian Moscow.
Russian, блядь, да шо пиздишь, блядь? Про шо пиздишь, блядь? Нихуя непонятно.
Заикание есть, заикание.
Шо?
Заикание я чел.
Ебать, блядь, нихуя непонятно.
Заикание.
Как будто китайский Как будто тайский разговариваешь, блядь.
Еще раз.
Как будто ты, блядь, китайский разговариваешь. Нихуя непонятно.
А вот так лучше стало.
Да, так песня, блядь.
Ну, бля, мне сложно, офец. Знаешь что? Я первый раз звук, да, первый раз проверял.
Шо?
Еще звук, да, проверял, ну, микрофон, да, проверял.
Звук отодрял, это проблема, да.
Звуки?
Понятно.
Не понял, о чем?
Выздоравливай, дорогой.
Ча?
Выздоравливай, дорогой.
Не помню, похер, ладно. Ждем. Уже дождались.
Что?
Да я думаю, сейчас попали маленько и дальше продолжим играть.
Братан, я не понимаю, что
Чел, у
извини.
меня не плата есть. Плата есть.
А,
Стреляй, фонарик.
тихо. Сиди. Что? Ой.
You'll cry like Venice before you die.
Молодые.
Let's call my brother. Go to the car.
Sorry. И делают сорян.
I throw the flashback. I'm throwing a grenade.
Ебать, ты.
I'm throwing a grenade.
Если я понял, что могу сделать так, я сделаю вот так, это сделаю вот так, и сделаю вот так. И вот так, и вот так, и вот так, чтобы не было вопросов ко мне лично и до ко мне, в принципе. И дрон там. Просто Кирилл, я у нас. Ты еще спишь нихера? Такая сейчас дела. Она.
Activating the bomb.
Это точно хера еще. Я уже попиздец.
Bomb has been planted.
Да, знаешь, когда ты стримишь больше месяца, то есть любой, то мне все равно приходит, чем
Bomb has been defused. Counter
Бля, сорян. Ёпт, я и забыл. Ну, как обычно, ну, ты знаешь. Зашибись. Вот так делал. Так и вот так. Ебануться. Ну, да как обычно все. Ты же знаешь. Ты знаешь в этом все. Ну что? Егор, что здесь? Я понимал. Я еще и эти... Ну, какие еще? Меньше, повыше ставить строгости. Я движники нас делаю. Есть, понимал. Молодец. Бомба ленд.
Чё, блядь, ёбаный?
Я не слышу. А где звук? Фонарь.
Иди, у тебя бомба, блядь, долбоёб.
Я? Ой, бля, сорян. Я тупой. Я не вижу ни хера.
Прости, дорогой.
Все окей, хорошо. Все нормально. Все нормально. Я не вижу ни хера даже. Чек его на жату.
Хорош.
Нормально, заебись. Ребят, нормально слышно, что микрофон хера слышно мне сейчас. Она вот.
Что, дорогой?
У меня нормально слышно звук, звук херово очень.
Немножко херово, блядь.
Ну, все херово.
Тумет,
Все херово.
фляж, عامل فلاش عمر.
Один лог.
Ой, идем, ставь там.
Лонг.
Блин, ты сама. Ты гуся. Блин, фу, это я. И это шорт.
Шорт.
Понял. Я ваку. Шутки банас. Шлычок. Да, 6-5, пиздец, 6-5 такой, 6-5, пиздец опять. вот так лучше всего.
Planted.
Народ, ты лучше переходишь стал мне ключу. Звук пусть лучше.
Today is our day to fight. Resist the oppression.
Айда.
Throwing fire. I'm throwing a grenade. Grenade.
Макс. Опа. Ой, бля. Свел собак. Свело. Во. Фух, бля.
The guy's out. Grenade out. This is our fight.
Эй, начинай.
Throw the flashback.
One B, один сзади придет. Один.
These fellas are gonna regret waking up this morning.
Б, Б, Б.
Иду. Не пизда. Ёбаный рот. Сорян, ребят, сорян. Мы с Лерой завис. Похер.
Throwing flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Fire in the hole. Bomb has been planted.
Зашибись.
Terrorists win. Let's go. Decoy. Throwing a grenade. Throwing a grenade.
Фул пошел.
Counter-terrorists win.
Лонг, бомба лонг.
Карту.
Секунду. Найс. Сука. Ой, бля.
Снайпер.
Ебать.
Just gonna back on up, maybe just try to get red control. So you hear that window open up.
Четыре К, блядь. 4, сука, К. 4К. Ёпана.
Either try find an AWPer, is this where you put someone else to have an AWP role consistently? Because it doesn't make sense to us right when we're looking at it of just not having this and having it swap around. So what do you want?
So we're trying to play continue. Let's see how it will looks like this tournament. We have one big problem because we came to the event in Dubai.
Yeah.
That is why we didn't practice for, I guess, 10 or 11 days in a row. Because on Emirates, you can play Faceit, you can play any mix, you can play procs. Maybe this reason affect our results.
Okay.
Because 10 days in a row, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And in the future, we'll keep it in mind. But now we have what we have. Yeah, we know that to play without main AWP, it's a problem. But anyway, you still can be on the top level. But here, we even didn't show our really level of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, Groove understandably feeling dejected after being eliminated from the World Finals. I don't love to hear that he's happy with, you know, looking forward into the future, into the next year without having an AWPer on the squad.
I mean, listen, the major is right around the corner. I could understand that you would think twice before making such profound changes. Also, something I just wanted to note as well. He's correct when he says it's not the only reason we lost here. That's a fact. It's not just because there isn't an all. But the problem is, while they are spending time and effort and kind of brain power on how to fix some of these structures and finding solutions, they're also kind of losing track of the meta and like the new utilities being put forth in this moment where players are being shifted around in roles. You are losing working time. While working on problems that is already solved for most teams, you are spending that time kind of fixing that situation, and the rest is working on their own Counter-Strike. They're coming up with their own tips. So this is where I feel like they are a little bit behind, and I don't really know how they're gonna bridge that gap. I can't see it happening.
It's the way that they've played at this tournament, for their CT sides especially, it just looks so desperate. They have to push early on. They have to get early map control. They have to try to find an opening pick because they don't have a reliable opera to find opening picks for them. It's such a simple solution as just picking up an opera. Maybe sure, like it's hard on the market to pick or find the right person for the job right now, but you're changing your style to be so much more easily countered, which is what Mao showed us today is completely possible. If you're going to throw all these aggressive plays on CT side to mitigate the fact that you don't have an op presence, well, the teams are just going to hold back a little bit and just go for the counter plays every single time.
Yeah, and of course, sadly for Cloud9, that does mark the end of the road here in Abu Dhabi. Conversely, we're going to be seeing Mouse progressing on towards the semi-finals, and one more spot up for grabs today. That will either fall to the hands of Na'Vi or the organization that lifted the trophy this time last year. It's G2 versus Na'Vi going down after this. Our first quarterfinal going down at lightning fast speed, and now one more opportunity to make it towards the playoffs. That will either fall to the hands of Na'Vi or G2. G2 obviously looking or hoping to replicate what went down this time last year, but it's been a story of adapting and overcoming coming into CS2. For Na'Vi, it's been a bit of a tumultuous time for them to be absorbing, because obviously with the departure of Simple for the time being, Alexi has got to be working with some different tools in his arsenal. So of course we welcome Jacob down here on the show floor. You got up to some antics this morning, I hear, in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, I was playing my best version of Jet Pimp, you know, cruising around on the water and having a good time with Connor and others.
The well-known Jet Pimp.
Jet Pimp.
Shout out Jet Pimp one time.
Oh, that too.
Moving on, Na'Vi, let's talk about them. We've obviously been covering their games down in the Group A side of things. Temperature check so far. Where are you placing Na'Vi at the moment?
Na'Vi right now feel like a team that is still trying to find their identity, despite the fact that they are the longest standing roster that entered this tournament, which is a bit concerning because I will say that if I'm looking at the pieces here for Na'Vi, I would say that actually in terms of firepower and individuals, they're probably on the more underpowered side, which is where usually Alexi B does some of his best work. When he works with rosters that don't necessarily have all of the superstar potential or power, then usually he can work his micro, work his macro to try to make them greater than the sum of their parts. But I don't think he's seeing the same vision that Blade has for the team just yet.
I agree. You know, I'm a bit lukewarm when it comes to Na'Vi. I see the team as a team that lacks that clear star, you know, lacks that player that can step up, like the symbol used to be, of course, for Na'Vi, or like the Niku is in G2 in the opponents today. If you don't have that star player, you kind of strive to be a heroic-esque team, right? You have a very homogenous team where everyone can step up at the same time, and you have this fantastic synergy in between the players. I don't see that happening right now within Na'Vi, right? So you have a team with decent players, good players, but you don't have that clear star player, and you also have a team with decent synergy, but not that perfection, you know? So they're kind of in the middle water right now where we don't really know where to place them.
I think we need to talk a little bit about Imetь, because obviously back at the Paris Major, he was the next best thing since sliced bread. Everybody was jumping on Imetь saying, hey, who's going to be picking up this guy? How well do you think he's done so far, Jacob?
In his entire time in Na'Vi, not well enough. Let's be completely honest. He's been underperforming a little bit, been underwhelming. I expected more from Emma. I think he was doing fantastically well, obviously, at the Paris Major. But even leading into it, I think there's a certain amount of people out there who'd be like, yeah, he had one good event, that was it. He was doing fine in Gamer Legion for a long, long time on a losing team, a team that wouldn't make it far at tournaments, a team that would struggle a lot. Now, coming into Na'Vi, you know, the first period with Simple on the lineup, maybe he was feeling uncomfortable. We heard himself say that he wasn't as outspoken as he would have been. Then after Simple going out of the lineup, he felt he had a bit more space, he had a bit more voice within the team. He's slowly been getting better and better, but not to the level that we would like him to be at.
He definitely looked pretty good back at ESL Pro League, back on CSGO, but when it comes to CS2, this is the first event where I've actually said to myself, wow, Ema looks like he could be a contributing member to a winning team, and that's really disappointing and concerning because actually going into this tournament, in terms of just CS2 rating overall, Alexi B had a higher rating than Ema, and so that has changed because he's been doing so well at the World Finals, but it's taken until now for him to finally feel out the game.
And just looking at kind of what Imetь was initially having to come into, right? Obviously, as you mentioned, Simple was previously on the lineup with him, and I think that's where I was kind of scratching my head a little bit and going, okay, obviously you've got Simple, who's just going to be dominating as we would expect on the server. Then you've got Bit, who's kind of touted as a second star. I was initially kind of worried of like, how is Imetь actually going to fit in with this? So right now, I feel like surely this is his runway to be taking full advantage of maybe gaining a little bit more space, right?
I think that's a fair point to make. If he's not making this one successful, if he can't make this, you know, stint in Na'Vi work out with the space he has and with the responsibility he's given, then he'll not make it work anywhere else, you know. So I think Emma has said it himself as well a couple of times, and I think we can see it on the server. He's a comfort player. He needs the players around him to give him confidence. He needs to feel comfortable around the player he's playing with, and I don't think he did that in the beginning of Na'Vi. It's starting to get better, slowly but surely, but we're still not at the level where he's worth the money he was bought for, worth, you know, the expectations coming into it, and I would like to see more from him.
Well, let's go ahead and check in with Imetь ahead of this series, courtesy of James Banks.
Yesterday, going up against EntJack, it didn't look like Na'Vi were at their best, but it did at the beginning. So I want you to explain to me what went wrong and why it got the way it did.
I mean, we started pretty confident, I think, on the first two maps, because on the third map they started with the lead. But on the first two maps we started very confidently. Like on Anubis we basically ran them over. We won everything, every duel, every clutch. It goes on our way, so it felt good. On Ancient again, we started 8-0 or 7-0, I don't remember, but we started very, very good. Yep. And then now Tisa didn't work how we expected. We did some mistakes as well, but it happens. Like we knew that we are a bit stronger than them because yes, they have like glaive rumors as well, and then yeah, it just happened. They just our Tisa didn't work. Their Citas worked like our Cita worked as well, and then they got that map as well.
You say it just happened, but I'm sure Blade wasn't too happy with that. Was there a discussion you guys needed to have afterwards? Because if you were going up against a stronger team, it probably would have not looked so good for you guys.
I mean, that's true. It didn't look nice, but what can you do? You just play, you learn from mistakes, and then obviously, like this is our second tournament with Wonderful, with Igor, so we cannot prepare like all of the maps. And then if, for example, Ancient, we prepare it, but for example, like I said before, if something happens that not happen in official, it's gonna be a bit random. And then if you don't click heads, then it's gonna be something like that.
Now, when it looks at you personally, I spoke to you last event as well when it's full finals. We're seeing you start to improve again. But I remember, obviously, the heights of the Paris major. And I want to see for you personally, do you feel like you want to get back to that level? You're working towards that? Or what is it with you right now?
I mean, obviously, I'm working towards that. Like, I know myself that it was like I saw a lot of people saying like over performance or something like this. I mean, they can say so. I will say probably it was over performance, but it doesn't come from anything, you know. That doesn't happen randomly. I still think like I can do even better than what I do now or in the last two tournaments. I'm still working on this. I'm still trying to do my best in this new environment, play style. Also, we have now Igor that we have to learn again and again, new stuff, new reactions. And I'm just trying my best to do whatever we can to win.
You just touched upon this point, Jacob. I want to steal it. I want to hear more confidence coming out of Ime. I think. No, dude, you can.
I mean, it's cool that he thinks he can be a greater player. I know he can be. We saw that in CSGO. We saw that at the major in Paris. So the potential for Emma is definitely there. We just haven't seen it yet. It was the same with Roland yesterday in that HLTV interview. I still think I can be a great player. No, you can be a great player. You've shown it before. So go there and get it done. This whole thinking, you know, that's kind of cool, but it doesn't work.
Let's think about Alexi B for a minute. Because yet again, he's going up against one of his former organizations. Obviously quite frequent for Alexi B because he's been kind of around the block in terms of some of these teams.
Quite a few.
Yeah, he does have quite a few, but there's an interesting trend that you noticed, Jacob, with the person that's always coming after him.
Yeah, I mean, Alexi B, you see his team history right here. In a couple of moments, we're probably going to see Nexus, and you can see the similarities. It always feels like Alexi B is getting, you know, kicked from a team or moving on from a team, and then Nexus is coming in to replace him. Saw it in OG, saw it in NIP, saw it in G2, and, you know, guess what? In a couple of months, maybe.
The bold pred for 2024.
Sure.
Nexa leading Na'Vi.
Why not? I've been close before.
I don't know if James Banks will be okay with that, but
yeah.
It's kind of a fun trend to point that out. I don't know if I actually, right now, actually, Pimp, who do you think's a better caller? Who do you think's a better caller?
Alexi B 100%.
Yeah, okay. I don't think it's much of a contest. No. So even though Nex has been coming in after, I think Alexi B has, generally speaking, done more and risen those teams to greater heights than Nexa has.
Yeah, because we just saw some of the numbers on that graph. Like, that's no joke. He got some of the teams, you know, not with even, you know, the most amazing cast around him, up to a pretty reasonably high level, right?
I mean, it started with that ENTS roster where it was just like, who are these people other than Alu? And then all of a sudden it's like, wow, they're stars. X7 look good, Ariel look good, Sergey look good. He makes people on his team look better than they sometimes even are.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the only stint that wasn't successful was G2. I think that's the one where you think, okay, you had all the tools, you had Niku, you had, you know, everything you needed in order to be a great team, and he couldn't make that work. But again, it's one-off for me, and I still think Alexi B is getting more criticism than sometimes he deserves.
Yeah, let's round out the Na'Vi conversation by touching upon Wonderful. Obviously, massive shoes to fill, completely different size and a completely different style than Wonderful would probably want to be wearing. How do you feel he's been fitting in so far, particularly, you know, with the context of it being in CS2?
Wonderful, to me, has been growing tournament by tournament in such a positive fashion that I only can look forward fondly to what he's going to be able to accomplish into the upcoming year, and maybe even at this tournament. Wonderful has such impressive mechanical ability, but the thing that I've always cited for a way that he could improve his game is just move a little bit more around the map, rotate more, try to take over a round, try to get into the action as much as possible. And at this tournament, I'm starting to see him be a little bit more active. He's going for more clutches in the late round. He's actually trying to find where the next fight is. I feel like he's calling his own number in a way that I just haven't seen on previous teams or even previous tournaments, and so this is such a welcome sight for me.
I agree. I think Wonderful is playing better than we could expect for him coming into Na'Vi. It's a big task to replace Simple, a big team to come into. However, as you said, you know, a 1.28 rating for Wonderful is not the same as a 1.28 rating for Simple. There's a little bit of a lack of impact sometimes where he's saving a lot, he's getting a lot of free kills. So, as you said, be out there, be proactive, take charge of the game, and see if you can dictate it a bit more with the AWP.
Okay, so Jacob, how is Wonderful comparing to a man like Munacy on the other side of the
Well, I think Monesi is everything wonderful would like to be at some point in his career, and it's fun to say because Monesi is of course still young, but this man right here, he's adopted so well into CS2. We spoke about it right coming into this game that the AWPers would struggle, and oh no, the AWP is not as great anymore. This kid doesn't care. He's grinding the game, he's playing the game, he's finding new ways of being impactful, and we saw it yesterday against FaZe Clan as well. Despite his rating being 1.18, which is good, I think he had way more impact than he showed in that regard. He's very good at putting himself into close quarter combats and actually win those duels. We saw some of the clutches on day one as well. I only have praise for this young guy, and he's only gonna be better.
Monesi is a person that will push the limits of not only the op, but the game. He's going to always be looking for that next little nerdy trick where if someone else wants to just right-click a nade into a smoke, Monesi has a way to throw that nade without damaging himself. He always has that little crevice that he can toss the nade into, the little lineup that makes it just 5% more efficient, and those numbers pay off. In the course of a series, sometimes that damage taken, sometimes that better window you're going to get through the smoke, all of that stuff matters, so he maximizes his opportunities, and on top of that, it's impossible to ignore the fact that in terms of just putting crosshair onto player, Monesi is the fastest one out there.
Yeah, he's so fast, you sometimes blink and you miss it. But make sure you tune in for this one because James had a chance to catch up with Monesi ahead of this series.
Monesi, I don't normally allow this, but you asked me to ask you about your dream team. So what's your dream team?
I asked you. I mean, people usually are asking like players about my dream team, but I mean, if I would make maybe dream team, it would be my own language team, like yeah. So maybe I would put Bit in my team. I would put Bumuch. I would put Electronic, Perfecto, and myself.
Ooh, that would be very interesting. Okay, we'll have to wait and see if that can ever be a possibility. Now, you were telling me you are loving CS2, right? We've been seeing you grinding a lot in and out of the server. Why do you feel that you are not struggling as much as other AWPers, though?
I mean, usually I have also like some problems with the easy shots. I mean, in CS, but like it's just my thing. It's just because of people like white picking and like they actually like just white picking you, and sometimes it's tough to hit normal shots in CS2 than it was in CS:GO. I mean, like AWPers just getting used to it. Maybe I got used to it maybe like 85%, 80%, and I hit some shots, but still, you know, like it's a bit tough. And people usually like they prefer to buy rifle than AWPers. I mean, I'm talking about AWPers. Yeah. So they prefer to buy still rifle sometimes as ST and as CT, but it's also depending on the map. For example, on Mirage, like on CT you have to buy AWP, and like for example on Nuke, like a CT you have to buy AWP as well. So like depending on the map, on maps.
Now we know you are the AWPer, you're really solid at it as well, but I want to see, do you feel like you sticking with the AWP and saying, okay, I want to just push and do this, where some AWPers are choosing the rifle, is why we might see you have more success and maybe dominate this game really hard in the future?
I mean, like, I also like a bit smart with it. I don't really like to buy AWP on every map. I try to like balance it. For example, like on Ancient on CT, I prefer to buy rifle and fight mid. Maybe not in all official games, but I usually try to buy rifle and fight with the hunter on mid. Also, like for example on Nuke, ST. Before I was playing a lot with rifle, and I want to still like do it, but sometimes I'm buying AWP as well. So I'm trying to balance it up and buy and open rifle, because like usually, I mean, before when I was playing in academy, I was second AWPer, you know, and I like to play with rifle, and yeah, so like trying to balance. So I'm not like fully committed to the AWP. I'm still playing a lot with rifle, but sometimes you have to buy AWP for some specific round, you know, and
round by round, map by map, and see how it goes. Now, today you're going up against Na'Vi. I want to see how much more confident you feel as a team today because of how well you played against FaZe yesterday.
We are always confident, and we've been always confident when we play official games. I don't think like we lack confidence or something. Usually like we lack confidence because of individual game. Like for example, when we played this online CCT, for example, you know, like we just came from like kind of vacation, you know, and we started playing, and we were lacking confidence because of our individual game. We didn't play really good, but here, like in Abu Dhabi, we are really confident. And for example, as for me, I always feel confident to play against Na'Vi. I'm excited to play against Na'Vi and Valera, so I wanna smash them.
You like to smash on your friend?
I mean, on the server, maybe outside of the server, friends, but on the server, need to show some good team play.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, my man, Menacing.
Team play. That was such a hard-hitting interview until he ended it with a good team play. Everything else was fire, though.
Yeah, we should just listen to the first portion of that interview.
Exactly.
That was crazy. Anubis, Inferno, Nuke, if we do so need it. Does this make sense in your eyes in terms of maps?
This is exactly how I thought it would go at the beginning, but I love that actually G2 flexed into the fact that they're kind of showing a 7-map pool, that fact they're playing Overpass, that it came as their second veto. But I think that, Pimp, this is very, very strong for G2. They looked fantastic on Anubis yesterday versus FaZe. Obviously, they didn't win, but Inferno's always been their home map, and Nuke is just, I think they're very good at it, too.
Yeah, that Nuke game against FaZe as well, when Nico popped off, you know. If I'm looking at that video, I'm a G2 fan right now, I'd be very, very happy. It also does show the limitations of Na'Vi. There was not anywhere else they could have gone with this video. I think they did well in picking Anubis. That's their home map, but apart from that, I see all 3 maps slightly favored towards G2, to be completely honest.
Should we talk about Nico for a hot second?
Yeah.
Because obviously people jumped the gun during those online results.
Rightfully.
Yeah, rightfully so. He was obviously one of the best riflers to ever touch the game. How did he adapt in your eyes versus FaZe yesterday in that game?
The game he had against FaZe yesterday was the best performance we've seen Nico have in CS2, whether that being LAN or online. Obviously, he's only played Sydney and now this LAN, so there's not a big sample size, but it has been roaring to see him struggle so much. Even the first game at this event, he wasn't playing well at all. He was killing himself from vertigo and just not having a good time, to be completely honest. However, the best to ever do it in CSGO with a rifle, if he can find some of that confidence again, for this G2 lineup, then we have a very scary prospect at our hands. And I said it yesterday, I'll happily say it again. You know, in terms of watching Nico play Counter-Strike, there's no one who's as aesthetically pleasing to witness the greatness he can show on the server. Especially that Nuke game was just hands down some of the best CS I've seen.
One of the most culturally impactful riflers,
there you go.
Bar none. No, just so flashy in his play, and I think that he just had a little bit of difficulty adjusting to CS2. The mechanics at the very beginning of the game felt a little bit, I would say, gummier. It just felt a little sticky sometimes, and I think that Nico has put in the effort necessary in order to now succeed at CS2, on top of the fact that actually the updates over time have just made rifling in general feel a little better.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just weighing up these kind of 2 rosters now, going head to head. Now we know the maps as well. Who do you think has the edge in this match, Maui?
I would go as far to say this is a G2 2-0. I think that they are comprehensively the better team. Even with we haven't really even talked about it, the woes of the Nexa or JKS thing, I still think that they're, in terms of class, just a level above of Na'Vi right now.
I would agree. You know, I would agree. The veto looks good for G2 as well. I think the only chance for Na'Vi is to win Anubis, you know, and then see if you can steal one of the following 2 maps. However, I will also say that if Na'Vi play the way they did yesterday and G2 do the same, then there's no way G2 won't win this game. I think they're going to smack Na'Vi out of the server, to be completely honest. Na'Vi barely beating ENCE, who's effectively a dead team with all that stuff going on, and they came so close losing. Whereas for G2, played some of the best Counter-Strike I've seen in CS2, almost taking down FaZe playing well. So it shouldn't be a match, honestly.
One really short point before we head into Anubis is the fact that Ima has actually really upped his level at this tournament on this map. His B-side anchor hold and his B lurks have both been very effective in helping Na'Vi win rounds that they otherwise had no business in.
And one more, even shorter thing before we do dive into Anubis. You guys can have your say over on Balance.tv for our show match, which will be going down before the grand final on Sunday. Please ban Vertigo and please leave Anubis. You heard it here. If you like us.
Vertigo could be fun in a show match.
Maui.
I think you should leave.
Get off.
Yeah, get off.
Please, get off. And we're going to dive into Anubis, but not before a quick break. When we're back, Na'Vi taking on a G2 final spot in the semi-finals, up for grabs.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. It's Stronny and Launders. Not talking to you. Take you through the second half of the day. We're here in Abu Dhabi. The Counter-Strike is flowing. The sun is not so shining
It is
today.
a little cloudy.
A little cloudy.
Which is almost more fun because it's never like that here.
Right. Yes. Never like that. Previously, before yesterday,
last episode,
Nico sucked at CS2. I said it. I said it. We had no real map to point at that would indicate that he even had the potential to become the greatest rifler of CSGO history. That is the accolade we attribute to Nico coming into this new version of the game. But after yesterday on Nuke versus FaZe, I can say with certainty, the star is shining bright.
He's back.
One map, all it took to know that Nico can go God mode. Ooh, it's a good day. So, can he do it back-to-back days? That's the big question. Can Na'Vi show us that resilience that got them into the match versus EntJack, that moved them forward through this event? Well, they have to tap into that in the face of G2. Questions to be answered tonight on the road to the semifinals.
That was a very early move from Wonderful. He got out of there already into the B site, and G2 narrowly missed the timing, but it worked so well for them. Wonderful is about to walk back into middle after they see there is no explode. And he's got a passive line. Wonderful. We're needing a lot. We're going to need a lot from him today.
Couple missed shots, and suddenly they're staring down the barrel of camera. Bit's going to use the pillar to block off line of sight, but he hears him coming. Ooh, nice headshot to drop Nico.
Looks he's got the bomb.
Looking for a heaven push, but you're right. Hooksy needs to get into the site itself. Oh, but he still takes Ema with him. And he's got teammates to work with, but the pressure's here from the CT, so not prioritizing the bomb plant. It's going to allow for Alexi to put it down. They're so worried they're going to get swarmed. And honestly, the threat is real. Bomb can be picked back up as Nexa looks to lock in heaven. There's all three CTs confirmed. Now, just hit the headshots. JL, here's the call to action. Nexa's looking for a clutch already.
He got 3 1v2s yesterday.
Well, put a fourth on the tally then. He's got 20 seconds to figure this one out. The challenge is given to him. And Wonderful peaks again, but doesn't full swing. Bomb's gonna get grabbed. 15 on the clock. He has to take the duel, and he's just not gonna hit it. So it's Na'Vi with the CT side of pistol.
Wonderful could have peeled back at that point. He was just over 10 seconds on the clock, but he wanted to take the fight. Works out well for him. Nice clutch here from Wonderful. I don't think Hooksy knew he had the bomb. I mean, the way he was playing this, first of all, he's way out of position to get that bomb planted. Then he sticks around, doesn't fight, and look, bomb goes flying forward.
I agree with you entirely. I think he just lost track of the bomb and didn't think it was his responsibility.
Unlike an IGL to make a mistake like that, but yeah. Oh, okay, they're excited.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
very good.
They should be, right? Good.
Good.
No easy feat to deny bomb plant versus G2. Anubis, of course, Na'Vi's map pick. Would have had a good sample size of it, of course.
Such a great game yesterday between G2 and FaZe. Here on Anubis, G2 leveled up a lot to be able to bring it as close as they did. But in the end, the Nico masterclass was wasted, countered by the Robs masterclass.
Bit's looking to make some money. Of course, you know, G2's shortcomings on Anubis was really in the face of Reigns, just pure entry fragging, and Kerrigan's overtime impact.
Oh my god.
Right? See what they can put forward tonight, but for now, the Glocks get nothing. No bomb plant, no kill. All is good for Na'Vi in the 2-0 start.
FaZe's got to be the most exciting overtime team in history. Even Boston, even though they didn't win.
Right, yes. Thank you for your service. Entertainment, name of the game.
Looks lots of Pokemons on the desk.
Yeah, Pokemon R2. What is that thing? A Balloonabore?
I think it's called a Bulbasaur.
Oh, of course it is.
So,
not to be confused with Ivysaur or Venusaur, of course. Both of them grass type. Yes. Eventually, you get into the grass poison subcategories, and at that point, you need to look out for fire type Pokemon because it's a hard counter.
Yeah, like Chirpazard.
How many years of Pokemon now? Like at least 20, right? 20, 25 years?
I think it Probably
They're
when
running
I
out of
was-
ideas, man. They're running out of ideas over there. I see ice cream Pokemon, typewriter Pokemon. Like,
Oh, serious?
what the hell is going on? Chandelier Pokemon.
I was happy with people Pokemon like Machop.
Yeah, sure, right. Yeah. Back in my day, there was just floating rocks with 2 arms. Where are my Geodudes at?
Maui.
That's funny. But I can't talk shit. I look like a bean sprout.
There's a Pokemon for that, right?
Yep. Molly's into middle. And there's no present. CT's leaning back. Ooh, Nico. Ouch. The fire spreads out and forces him down. He didn't want to drop, but he had to.
Yeah, he didn't. Luckily, not for Navi, just playing passive here.
Yeah, imagine Wonderful's just there to scoop it up. Scoop him up. He's going to walk into this one. Goes for the wide swing. Wonderful ready for the kill.
That was wild.
To just swing like that?
Hooksy's on a different tip right now.
Well, Hooksy absolutely pieced up Maus in their opening game in Abu Dhabi. And
Is that their whole attack? Because, you know, sort of a boring way to go out. Hooksy got really good as a caller towards the end of the game last night, trying to keep up with FaZe, who are great at Anubis. They're going to just...
do it again.
Again, eh? You need some more nades.
And again. Easy for Wonderful. Pressure from the other side, though. Lexi's got his back covered. We said we need a lot from Wonderful tonight. Nexa, good headshot, but no time here, unfortunately, for him. If he tries to get plant, Alexi's right here for it. And that is going to be an easy pickup for Wonderful. 4 kills on the round. Op in the pocket. Looks good.
What's the deal? If they have one person swing, why don't they just swing with 2? If they're going to dry swing and there's an off or something crazy like that. Space right there to potentially punish him, but not even a flashbang here. It's not the place you always find the op. It's like when we saw Twist topic for FaZe. He's the second op he'll play there sometimes.
Yep.
So maybe it's not the starting position G2 expected, but that was a very stringy attack.
Certainly not ideal.
Are the other ones actually Pokemon or no?
No, the other ones are not.
Oh, okay.
I think one of them is just a rainbow.
One's like a snail. Oh, it's rainbow.
Got a Bulbasaur, a chicken, and a something or other.
What about Digimon? Did you play that?
Didn't play Digimon. Nope. I was
just watch the show, right?
Nope, not even.
Oh, okay.
I was a Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering. And then Magic the Gathering all the way to university, like the coolest of cats.
I mean, Magic is cool, so I get it. There were just too many words on the cards. That's why I didn't play.
Yeah, reading, huh? It could be challenging for some.
I didn't know how to play Pokemon when I was 11, so I used to play it like War. You know, where you put one card, if it has a higher damage,
just
you
wins.
Put it on top of the other.
Yeah, sure.
And the energy cards, we just throw them out.
What's this stupid thing?
But Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
That's when I really...
At my elementary school, Yu-Gi-Oh cards got banned because kids
pulling them out in class.
Them. They kept stealing them. No, not even allowed anywhere on the premises. We used to try to duel at lunch, and there was this guy, Gerald Lafont. He was, man, he had a good deck, right? And then he was in the other classes from me, so we didn't cross paths too often. And then there was a hyped lunchtime duel set up between me and Gerald, and it never happened because the day we were gonna do it, the cards got banned. So nobody really knows.
God damn.
Gerald
won. We still don't know to this day.
I won't forget.
What's he doing these days? You checked his Facebook? That's usually how you found out.
I think he works in landscaping,
if people
last I knew.
fell off or not.
Yeah, nice guy.
Cool. I had a Jinzo and a Magic Cylinder. That's all I remember.
That's good. Joey Wheeler type beat. Yugi boy.
Kaiba.
I've stolen your grandfather's soul, Yugi.
That is priceless.
Well, they get into dark for free this time. No Wonderful opt to piece him up, and they just slide the pistols behind the smoke. So they've gotten close enough. Careful now. Emet, nice headshots. Wary of Monacy following forward here, but he just had the Glock. Nade should...
He's also on burst.
Nope, not going to clean him up. gets stuck in the doorway. So he'll take the Tech 9. See where he can go with it. Ooh, finding him on the nade timing. Not bad. Considering how little they had to work with, you take a kill, you almost got imetь. We'll see if Nico can deagle anybody out of the server. Man, his deagles yesterday on Nuke. I mean, that map of Nuke versus FaZe. If you have any doubts of Nico in CS2, just go watch that. Watch it back.
Yeah, if you won that map, it would be forever looked at as a reference game in CS2 for Nico's abilities on Nuke. That was the peak. That was peak form.
Peak form. The best we've seen of him yet in this game. And unfortunately, it's a slow start for him here on Anubis. I believe 0-4 out of the gate. So G2, they got to get this ball rolling.
Yeah.
Sooner than later.
Calling looks a little sketchy right now. So see what the idea is next time. Feels like maybe sometimes when calls look bad, it's because someone used a nade they weren't supposed to use. Or they had to, smoke themselves out of a molly that they were supposed to avoid. Or someone died and lost a kit that they needed. So hard to see sometimes when things go wrong why exactly that's the case. But here's a second chance for G2.
Man, wonderful. Didn't stick around long at all. Just gone.
He's quite risk averse. Like he'll take a peek and stuff, but most of the time he doesn't really. Oh, that's a nice find from JT.
Yes, sir. Lady Luck graces JL.
But you know what I mean? Wonderful is like he's got the same census symbol, but he doesn't have the same grit. He's not gonna stick around, fight through fire and nades and stuff like that. He'll take an attempt and fall back, but he's quite passive sometimes.
Damn, Nico doesn't give a damn about your grenade. We got pressure on the B sites, and that pressure opens a possibility for G2. Smoke grenade for Alexi's rotate in. Ooh, they tagged him with that, so they should be on high alert, but he does have a chance to slide through. m0NESY of 2 minds. Hunter just gets clipped on the side of it. We're back to the 3v3. But that op towards long could get problematic for Na'Vi on the retake, so a smoke grenade will solve this. m0NESY now out of the fight for the time being. Nexa has a frag if he wants to open that smoke. Could be a great way to catch somebody on the cross.
Yeah, true.
But Nexa keeps his gun out in dark. It's instead Nico to take contact. They've lost track of Nexa. Alexi, he's got this covered. And his teammates give him the cover needed as the desperate m0NESY push comes through for Na'Vi's 5th.
I think you had something there. It's sort of hard to maybe notice if you don't notice, but if Nexa had naded that out for m0NESY, would have been perfect. That would have just taken people.
Would have been a real CS2 moment.
It would have been a real CS2 moment, absolutely, and m0NESY definitely could have had impact right there. So, opportunity missed, unfortunately. He also, thought he was going to get swung, so there's that, but we'll see what happens when, yeah. That would have been super cool for him to try.
Instead, just stuck in the corner of dark. First timeout.
I thought it was going to be G2-0. I thought it was going to be after yesterday. But the mood is too good for Na'Vi right now.
I think, again, that comeback versus EntJack just... That gives you like a good 24, 48-hour buzz.
I guess. I would be kind of pissed that it got that close versus a team that's not real anymore, but...
They're still real people.
Yeah. But they're like 5 severed fingers, not on one hand.
Ooh.
I'd be going after this win, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. I think
Maui said that the Na'Vi are the longest standing team at this event, right?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But there are some expectations.
Well, they just jump around the corner and take a shot to the leg. This is an easy pickup for Na'Vi. I mean, they laugh in the face of this attack. 5th player in's the only one that gets a kill. He'll double down m0NESY, but he's already down to a quarter HP. And like, what?
This whole playbook is very unlike what we saw.
Yeah, that's not yesterday's gameplay.
No, it's not. And it is a different team they're playing against, but it did just feel like they were playing fundamentally better. A lot more defaults yesterday for G2. A lot less defaults here versus Na'Vi. Or maybe still defaults, but like... I guess a problem when they played against FaZe was also their follow-through in some of the early T rounds when they would take mid-control and then just die to camera. Crazy peek out of HooXi. HooXi's keeping that same energy right now. It's just on a different site, so something to say about that. But there should also be something to say about the fact that they got better and stopped doing that as we got into overtime. But we'll Old habits die hard, it looks like.
That's 3.
Man,
but he only has 3 health left. That should be the end of him.
There's only 2 guys.
Yeah. He's going to use the smoke grenade to cut off Alexi.
Could they mess this up? 25 seconds, and Monacy is seeing red.
He wants to make it happen.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, wait, dude. This is a 1 versus 5 straight up, and he has
can
time
read
to
it.
get bomb. He should have this red with another smoke. Oh, my Monacy. 1 fake. The nade doesn't come through. Now, he's got enough space to commit to this. Monacy, a pure 1v5. And as Emet tries to get out through that smoke, Monacy's just dodging all these bullets.
He's terrified.
Привет, друзья.
Emet's looking behind him for a push through.
Наконец-то это свершилось. Я рад вам объявить о том, что мы запускаем свой гигантский, просто невероятный курс по программе Adobe Photoshop. Я вложил всю душу в написание сценария, в подготовку и в структуру этого космета. Нет ни одного дня накопленными не открываю эту программу и не изучаю ее. Поэтому очень хочется поделиться всеми накопленными знаниями с вами, для того, чтобы вы также овладели этой программой. Ну а для тех, кто хочет узнать, что будет в рамках нашего курса, то, пожалуйста, послушайте пару минут это введение. Ну а те, кто хочет сразу приступить к изучению программы, то вы можете просто кликнуть сейчас вот здесь по тайм-коду, и вы... Первым делом важно понять, с каким видом графики работает Photoshop, поскольку это фундаментальная часть, не освоив которую вы просто не будете понимать, чем вы занимаетесь. Photoshop работает с растровым типом графики. Растры — это воспринимайте как фотография, состоящая из пикселей, то бишь маленьких квадратиков, которые горят различными цветами. Когда вы смотрите на ваш монитор, вы можете провести небольшой эксперимент. Приблизьтесь, пожалуйста, к монитору глазками, и вы начнете замечать различные квадратики, так называемые пиксели, из которых и строится ваше изображение. Картинка собирается из 3 цветов: красный, зеленый и синий. Это red, green и blue. 3 цвета, они между собой смешиваются в различных пропорциях, и вы видите тот или иной оттенок. Всего может быть 16,7 миллионов оттенков цветов всего лишь из этих 3 составляющих, что действительно очень круто. И в целом вот эта цветовая моделька, она присутствует везде. В телефонах, в мониторах, в графических программах вы ее будете встречать поголовно и везде. Именно так вы видите любую картинку. Что за что там отвечает и как, собственно говоря, начинать. Погнали. Как только вы запускаете Photoshop, вас встретит вот такое стартовое окно.
В этом видеоуроке я вам расскажу о программе Photoshop. Я постараюсь затронуть базовые элементы в интернете. Для начала давайте здесь выбираем сантиметр, чаще всего жмем ОК. Для добавлять новую картинку, здесь ставить картинку и... появляется слой. Теперь... Что мы можем с ними сделать? В первую очередь мы можем выделить здесь какую-то область. Мы выделяем, и если нажмем кнопку Delete, то мы удалим. Выделенную область. И на заднем фоне мы видим бело-серые квадратики. Это означает то, что здесь прозрачность, ничего нет. Если нажать кнопку сочетания клавиш Ctrl-D, то мы снимем выделение. Если нажать, здесь мы видим стрелочку, если нажать и держать, то здесь появятся еще инструменты. Мы можем овальную область выделить. Выделяем, нажимаем кнопку Delete и также удаляется. Если нажать Ctrl-D, то выделение снимается. Если зажать клавишу Shift, то будет пропорциональный круг. Также здесь есть инструменты горизонтальная и вертикальная строка. Но данным инструментом чаще всего никто не пользуется. Здесь есть окно истории. Здесь отображается все, что мы сейчас с вами делали. Если я буду щелкать по истории, то все.
They're taking kind of a pause within this round by not speeding it up too much, giving themselves a chance to relax and not dying while they collect some map control again. And maybe this can help get their protocols together because
если вы хотите на каком-то пункте запомнить историю, то вот нажмите вот на этот квадратик. Здесь появится вот такая галочка, то что теперь, когда вы будете дальше редактировать, ваш документ никуда не исчезнет. Если у вас нет этого окна истории, вы нажимаете вот сюда, окна, и выбираем пункт истории. И здесь он начинает отображаться. Здесь есть другие элементы, но о них поговорим потом. Следующее, здесь есть лассо. Лассо — это произвольное выделение. Здесь остальные инструменты нам, в принципе, не нужны. Дальше идет быстрое выделение и инструмент волшебная палочка. Вот данным инструментом мне приходится часто пользоваться. Допустим, мне необходимо выделить все белые пиксели, которые здесь присутствуют. Я нажимаю на белую область, и все пиксели выделяются. Ну, допустим, я сейчас возьму инструмент карандаш и поставлю размер, допустим, 30 пикселей. И здесь нарисую что-то. И теперь я хочу взять и выделить только черную область. Для этого я нажимаю на чуть и поставлю, выделяется. Ну, допустим, я сейчас возьму инструмент карандаш.
Because it was more like a 1v3. It was 2 kills in the beginning to just make it possible to begin with. Full big rotation. They could have played to trade for any one position, but it wasn't like some other massive mistakes in 1v5s where everybody sort of goes out of their way to try to toss the round away. I think
he just had the right tools in the 1 versus 2.
And yeah, I mean, jumping through that smoke and then not being seeded and then getting a first bullet kill, like things have to line up.
Well, right now they're pelting him with utility, so he can't see.
Допустим, 30 пикселей.
Ooh, Hooksy's gonna fall victim to this. Nice positioning from imetь. And then hits the dink through the smoke. That's all he needs to know to keep on shooting. But as he falls back, Hunter comes through. It was m0NESY to open up the bomb site just wide enough for Hunter to take the push.
They gotta think about the money now. Navi gotta be very careful here.
Another smoke in front of Temple as well.
JL's flank is everything.
If they didn't have that in position, it feels like it's already impossible. But with JL pressuring m0NESY again, this bomb site's feeling small for G2. Bit and Wonderful come out with kills apiece. Man advantage, and JL's flank now starting to find a little more room to work within, but NiKo's been able to fall back to dark, and Nexa just tucked in here on the side of Temple. The spray gets away from him. NiKo's found out, and it's a nice 3v4 retake from Navi to get back to winning ways.
Dude, that's majorly impressive. Yeah, JL.
But the bomb.
Oh no, they don't have anyone on the bomb with a kit.
The bomb is close.
Oh my god.
And still, all's good.
Whew, I thought they actually missed it. Wow. That was last tick right there. Whew. Heard the whine of the bomb, and that was close. That would have been a little bit too much tragedy to get over, I think, in one half. And Jesus.
That one's got you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, someone had a kit?
Not JL.
Not JL.
Oh, not getting back. No, sir. Teammate opens the smoke for NiKo. And that's even with Wonderful again, trying to pull back as fast as possible.
Yeah, the idea to speed up towards A. It's very tempting, the opt down. No one holding camera. No one posted up besides these riflers inside the site. And Navi are just still split up right now.
И здесь нарисую что-то. Возьму инструмент карандаш и поставлю размер, допустим, 30 пикселей.
Confident enough to return ever so slightly to the angle. Missed jump, not a problem. All good.
Now he has to deal with standard protocols as they molly him back, flash him, make sure that he can't re-aggress without taking a major risk. But he can just try it if he wants to. They leave one here to hold, and Nexa was so good versus Rops yesterday. Let's see if Fit can take him out. No. Honestly, he's taken to this position so well.
Just sitting in, good anchor. It's going to force Emet to try and get active. He catches Hooksy, confirms bomb, but then Nico slides out through smoke.
Выделение и инструмент волшебная палочка. Вот.
Luckily, the smoke grenade didn't give Nexa the easy frag, and the chase could very well be on, but this is going to be G2 responding right back. Money, not ideal here for Na'Vi. Luckily, Wonderful's got an extra 5k. You save these guns, you can put something together. Because JL threw down that long smoke, he's been able to join Alexi in middle.
Let's see if they can save.
Very important save here for Na'Vi.
Alexi at the little off angle. Nico taking his time and a perfect clear. And now he knows the op is going to be nearby. Oh, shots missed. And JL bullied, but stays alive. He's got an AK, and finally Nexa will start to come for him.
Yeah, he's got him. Dead to rights. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for JL. G2 responding, clearing the board. But again, there's still some money to tap into. See what kind of buy Na'Vi decide to piece together.
Oh, it's his own nade too. I was like, oh, someone naded that open for him. It's perfect. Oh, my goodness. Unfortunate there.
Данным инструментом мне приходится часто пользоваться. Допустим, мне необходимо выделить все белые пиксели, которые здесь присутствуют. Я нажимаю на белую область, и все пиксели выделяются. Ну, допустим, я сейчас возьму инструмент карандаш и поставлю размер, допустим, это инструмент карандаш, и поставлю размер, допустим, 30 пикселей.
Why not? It's going to come down to a matter of G2 though, walking into it unsuspectingly. Right now he's over towards B site, 2 pistols ahead of him. A completely wide open for the taking, and the rumblings of Hooksy's presence could very well keep Na'Vi committed to the bomb site that G2 want nothing to do with.
See, these are the defaults we're looking for. It's so much more thorough, and of course they're only going up against this one op on Wonderful, but it's just looking more composed here for G2. They basically never miss when it comes to finding the weaker site in a default on an NT eco. Like, they're very good at avoiding stacks. They've done it twice with no casualties in this half already.
И здесь нарисую что-то. И теперь я хочу взять и выделить только черную область. Для этого я нажимаю на черную область. И, как видите, выделился именно только черный пик.
Second round of this map where we've got 10 players alive when bomb explodes.
Yeah, again, the last time they did it, it was G2 had 2 guns.
Oh, I spoke too soon. They're gonna find some pistol players and spawn. As long as the op doesn't die, and it won't so far removed.
Теперь я могу нажать кнопку Delete и удалить именно черную область.
Some nice small bounties on those players saving. Yeah, that's the Monacy effect. I mean, when we talk about X Factor and Counter-Strike, it's stuff like that. You know, you need
Если я нажму на белую область,
IGLs, even the greatest IGLs of all time have referenced just needing X Factor. It's something you can't teach somebody. Nobody's helping Monacy win that clutch. No. You just need someone who can do it.
То вы...
Usually you hope for a little bit of it, but honestly, he's drowning in it.
Drip or drown.
Делится белое. Все белые пиксели. Здесь вы можете воспользоваться функцией выделения инверсия. То есть выделение будет наоборот. Как видите, удалился только черный пиксель. Если я сделаю...
Catching Nico through the doorway, and a 5v4 for Na'Vi as they pump in with their buy. Good amount of util still. pull that rifle back. We've already seen Wonderful get easy multi-kills from this spot, but he's gonna miss the first shot, lands the second. Hooksy survives and has a teammate with him.
He wants an angle on that dark
Almost dies to
position.
the nade.
Hooksy still stays alive. He's being a problem right now. Emma, he could take this down
easily.
Yeah.
Nice double kill from Imet. And Alexi will lose his duel towards Temple, but Dinking Hunter in the process. Monacy reopens this bomb site, but they're still relying on Imet deep in dark.
I know he's in dark, but look, they've completely compromised every good spot on the site.
То есть, если я не буду делать инверсию, то я удалю все белые пиксели. Следующий инструмент.
You've got protocols coming in from all the natural positions.
Рамка. Данным инструментом тоже часто приходится пользоваться. Я тяну за края, либо я беру просто и выделяю необходимую мне область, и она обрезается. Нажимаю кнопку Enter. Как видите, я обрезал картинку. Остальные инструменты чаще всего не используются. Инструмент пипетка. Для чего она нужна? Я, допустим, сейчас что-то нарисую. Здесь вот я выбираю цвет, выбираю красный, нажимаю ОК. Рисую красным. И теперь я выбираю инструмент пипетка. Я нажимаю на пипетку, и у меня вот здесь вот появляется цвет, на который я выбрал. Сейчас я выберу белый, и здесь появится белый. Как видите, цвет меняется. Пипетка предназначена для того, чтобы выбрать цвет, на который я нажимаю. Часто это бывает очень удобно, когда нужно подобрать цвет. Остальные инструменты чаще всего не используют. Устанавливающая кисть. Это надо показывать на примере, потому что пригодится для обработки фотографий. Сейчас я загружу фотографию и покажу, как это работает. Следующий инструмент. Здесь у нас есть кисть. Это вот такая вот кисть рисует. Здесь бывает очень...
When I was a kid, what I wanted to be kind of when I grew up, I always loved working with animals. I always wanted to look into maybe becoming like a veterinarian or something like that, but that's a lot of work. You know, I gotta go to university and put a lot of time into that. I've shifted. Now I'm playing video games.
My favorite Counter-Strike player to watch differs a lot, honestly, but if I had to pick one, I would pick Saiwu at the moment. He's so capable of doing everything, pistol, AK, M4. He's like an all-round really strong player and also a clutch shot.
Back in the days, yeah, I was looking for Device because he was close to my playstyle.
Div, actually, it's pretty biased. He can not touch the game for 3 weeks and still be good. I'd have to say like someone like Robs. We have the same initials, we look similar, and we have the same roles, and we play the same res. It's someone definitely I look up to as Robs.
My favorite Counter-Strike player to watch would be Flusher. He's always extremely annoying.
I don't really know like who is my favorite Counter-Strike player to watch right now, but like before it was Fallen.
When I started becoming an AWPer, he was like the AWPer to look at. He's like had longevity in his career. He's been doing a lot for Brazil, and I just think he is a really good role model. My favorite Counter-Strike player to watch, especially when I was growing up, I originally was playing Counter-Strike Source. Shox was a player that his playstyle really inspired me, and I really wanted to be that player that could play everything, every role.
He's always been having like a mixed playstyle. He could always play with the AWP and the rifle.
I would answer simple because he's like unexpected guy. You like cannot predict him.
It's like you never lose hope in him in like a 1v3, 1v4 situation. You're like, oh, he can win.
Удобно, когда нужно подобрать цвет. Выбрать красным. Сейчас что-то нарисую. Здесь вот я выбираю цвет. Выбираю красный, нажимаю ОК. Рисую
Last one had to be the 10 seconds. So
one misstep, you lose another one. One misstep.
First half.
Side. Wonderful. He's been sat on 14 kills for quite some time now. It was a solid CT half out of him. B-site defense was stellar. Couple multi-frags in there, but obviously highlight of the event in Monacy's back pocket so far.
It'll be hard to top. You'd have to be pretty lucky to see something better than that.
Yep.
That's for sure.
What a treat. JL up close.
Красным. Теперь я выбираю инструмент пипет. Я нажимаю на пипетку, и у меня вот здесь вот появляется цвет, на который я выбрал.
And this means Nico's going to have a nice bit of cover here. Good headshot angle. Bit makes it a little awkward now for Nico. Starting to slip from him as he peeks out, confirms both are indeed here.
Сейчас я выберу белый, и здесь появится белый. Как видите, цвет меняется. Пипетка предназначена для того, чтобы выбрать цвет, на который я нажимаю. Часто это бывает очень удобно, когда нужно подобрать цвет. Остальные инструменты чаще всего не использую. Устанавливающие кисть. Это надо показывать на примере, потому что пригодится для обработки фотографии. Сейчас я загружу фотографию и покажу, как это работает. Следующий инструмент. Здесь у нас есть кисть. Это вот такая вот кисть рисует. Здесь мы можем выбрать жесткость, размер и жесткость. Вот жесткая, если будет, она будет вот, у нее будут края очень жесткие. Если выбрать жесткость 0%, то края будут очень мягкие. Как видите, здесь очень идет такая растушевка. Следующее здесь карандаш, стандартный карандаш. Замена цвета и микса чаще всего не используется. Инструмент штамп. Мы нажимаем кнопку Alt для того, чтобы выбрать копируемую область. И теперь я просто веду левой кнопкой, и, как видите, крестик. Следующее здесь карандаш, стандартный карандаш. Замена цвета и микса чаще всего не используется. Инструмент штамп. Мы нажимаем кнопку Alt для того, чтобы выбрать копируемую область. И теперь я просто веду левой кнопкой, и, как видите, крестик по центру, куда я нажал, начинает копировать цвета, которые проводятся по этому крестику. То есть это просто копирование с одного места в другое. Часто при редактировании фотографий я применяю. Узорный штамп я не использую. Дальше здесь есть обычный ластик. Мы можем все стереть. Фоновый ластик, волшебный ластик я не использую. Градиент. Вот это и есть градиент. Градиент использую. Дальше здесь есть обычный ластик. Мы можем все стереть. Фоновый ластик, волшебный ластик. Я не использую. Градиент. Вот это и есть градиент. Мы можем зажать клавишу Shift, и тогда будет ровный градиент. Либо по горизонтали, либо по вертикали. Смотрите, если нам нужно сделать, допустим, чтобы было прозрачным, мы здесь можем нажать слой маску. И как видите, вот здесь появился слой маска. Теперь мы нажимаем Shift и тянем градиент слева направо. И как видим, получилась прозрачность. Как бы такая легкий переход. Это и есть градиент. Теперь мы можем добавить новый слой, нажав на эту кнопку. Как видим, появился слой. Добавить новый. Например, смотрите, если нам нужно сделать дальше. Узорный штамп я не использую. Дальше здесь есть обычный ластик. Мы можем все стереть. Фоновый ластик, волшебный ластик я не использую. Градиент. Вот это и есть градиент. Мы можем зажать клавишу Shift, и тогда будет ровный градиент. Либо по горизонтали, либо по вертикали. Смотрите, если нам нужно сделать, допустим, чтобы было прозрачным, мы здесь можем нажать слой маску. И как видите, вот здесь появился слой маска. Теперь мы нажимаем Shift и тянем градиент слева направо. Пусть градиент либо по горизонтали, либо по вертикали. Градиент. Вот это и есть градиент. Мы можем зажать с одного места в другое. Часто при редактировании фотографий я применяю. Узорный штамп я не использую. Дальше здесь есть обычный ластик. Мы можем все стереть. Фоновый ластик, волшебный ластик я не использую. Градиент. Вот это и есть градиент. Мы можем зажать клавишу Shift, и тогда будет ровный градиент. Либо по горизонтали, либо по вертикали. Смотрите, если нам нужно сделать, допустим, чтобы было прозрачным, мы здесь можем нажать слой маску. И как видите, вот здесь появилась свой маска. Прозрачно. Мы здесь можем нажать свою маску. И как видите, вот здесь появилась свой маска. Теперь мы нажимаем Shift и тянем градиент слева направо. И как видим, получилась прозрачность. Как бы такая легкий переход. Это и есть градиент. Теперь мы можем добавить новый слой, нажав на эту кнопку. Как видим, появился слой. Но он прозрачный сейчас, мы его абсолютно не видим. Мы здесь можем выбрать инструмент заливка. И здесь мы можем выбрать необходимый цвет, которым мы будем заливать. Допустим, давайте зальем зеленым. И нажимаем заливка. Как видим, все залилось зеленым цветом. Допустим, давайте зальем зеленым. И нажимаем заливка. Как видим, все залилось зеленым цветом. Теперь нам необходимо выбрать инструмент перемещения. И мы можем этот слой переместить вверх или вниз. Если мы хотим сделать этот слой прозрачным, мы можем указать ему необходимую прозрачность. И можем переместить его вниз. И здесь, как видим, на заднем фоне зеленый прозрачный слой. Либо мы можем его переместить вверх. Здесь получается такой зеленый прозрачный слой. На заднюю прозрачность. Хотим сделать слой переместить вверх или вниз. Если мы хотим сделать этот слой прозрачным, мы можем указать ему необходимую прозрачность. И можем переместить его вниз. И здесь, как видим, на заднем фоне зеленый прозрачный слой. Либо мы можем его переместить вверх. Инструмент перемещения. И мы можем этот слой переместить вверх или вниз. Если мы хотим сделать этот слой прозрачным, мы можем указать ему необходимую прозрачность. И можем переместить его вниз. И здесь, как видим, на заднем фоне зеленый прозрачный слой. Либо мы можем его переместить вверх. И здесь получается такой зеленый прозрачный слой. Здесь мы можем нажать кнопку «Показывать» и «Не показывать слой». Следующее. Размытие. Выбираем активный слой. Не забываем перемещаться по необходимым слоям, на которых
Часов будешь? Часов ты будешь, ну, начнешь играть.
работаем.
Скажи, поставим действительно время.
И мы можем размыть здесь что-то. зеленый прозрачный перемещение. И мы можем этот слой переместить вверх или вниз. Если мы хотим сделать этот слой прозрачным, мы можем указать ему необходимую прозрачность. И можем переместить его вниз. И здесь, как видим, на заднем фоне зеленый прозрачный слой. Либо мы можем его переместить вверх. И здесь получается такой зеленый прозрачный слой. Как видим, все залилось зеленым цветом. Теперь нам необходимо выбрать инструмент перемещения. И мы можем и здесь мы можем выбрать необходимый цвет, которым мы будем заливать. Допустим, давайте зальем зеленым. И нажимаем заливка. И здесь он, как видим, появился слой. Но он прозрачный сейчас. Мы его снова лево нажимаем. Смотрите, если нам нужно сделать, допустим, чтобы было прозрачным, мы здесь можем нажать слой маску. И как видите, вот здесь появился слой маска. Теперь мы нажимаем Shift и тянем градиент слева направо. И как видим, получилась прозрачность. Как бы такая легкий переход. Это и есть градиент. Теперь мы можем добавить новый слой, нажав на эту кнопку. Как видим, появился слой. Но он прозрачный сейчас. Мы его абсолютно не видим. Мы здесь можем выбрать инструмент заливка. И здесь мы можем выбрать необходимый цвет, которым мы будем заливать. Допустим, давайте зальем зеленым. И нажимаем заливка. Как видим, все залилось зеленым цветом. Теперь нам необходимо выбрать инструмент перемещения. И мы можем этот слой переместить вверх или вниз. Если мы хотим сделать этот слой прозрачным, мы можем указать ему необходимую прозрачность. И можем переместить его вниз. И здесь, как видим, надо прозрачность. Если мы хотим выбрать инструмент перемещения. И мы можем этот слой переместить вверх или вниз. Если мы хотим сделать этот слой прозрачным, мы можем указать ему необходимую прозрачность. И можем переместить его вниз. И здесь, как видим, на заднем фоне зеленый прозрачный слой. Либо мы можем его переместить вверх.